I doubt many people are going to watch this. It's mostly for like volunteers and stuff. So there's a lot of volunteers we have, Turkish students who want to learn English and they want to also do this job because we don't get paid for this. We do it for the sake of God. So, yes, in the mosque there is something that's forbidden that you normally see in a church, you see in a temple, but in a mosque it is forbidden. What is it?
Talking.
Talking is allowed. What is forbidden in the mosque that you normally see in a church?
Oh, icons.
Yes, there are no icons, no statues, no faces, no pictures. So this is forbidden in Islam because when we pray to God, we must pray only to God. There should be no distractions of any human beings or even any prophets. When it comes to God, we don't know what God looks like. So we can't put God in any shape, in any gender, in any color. God is beyond all of these things. In Islam, we believe in one God. That God has no parents, God has no children, God has no beginning, God has no end. There is nobody like God. And God, like other religions, we believe is the most merciful, the all-powerful, the all-seeing, the all-hearing, in full control of the universe. So this is the belief in one God. In Islam, we believe in 6 articles. If you accept this, you become Muslim. So be careful. Number 2, belief in all of the prophets. Do you know who was the first prophet in Islam?
Muhammad.
Final answer?
Muhammad.
He was the last prophet, not the first.
Abraham.
More back, a little bit more back.
Moses.
Moses came after. So from Abraham, who was behind Abraham? Think about the first ever Adam. Bingo. He got it. He won, Professor. So Adam is the first prophet. Let me just make sure it's recording. Yes, it is. So, first prophet Adam. From Adam and Eve came all of the prophets and all of humanity. Same story, ate from the tree, shouldn't have eaten. The only difference is we don't blame them for this. We believe this was God's plan to teach humans about sin, to teach humans about forgiveness, to teach humans about Satan. Satan will try to deceive us and make the world a bad place. The other difference is we don't inherit the sin from Adam and Eve. So in Christianity they say you are born sinful. In Islam we say we are born pure. Yeah. So from Adam and Eve came Noah with the boat. From Noah came Abraham. Abraham is the one who made the black house in Makkah. All the Muslims pray in that direction. So just to clarify, we don't pray to the black house, we pray to God. But for direction purposes, there's a unity of direction for all Muslims around the world. Then from Abraham's family came Moses, from Moses' family came Jesus, and from Abraham's other son Ishmael came Muhammad. So, yeah. So peace be upon all of them. They are all prophets of the same God. All of them were Muslims to us. All of their followers were Muslims as well. If I was born in the time of Moses, I would follow Moses. If I was born in the time of Jesus, I would follow Jesus. Now is the time of Muhammad, the final update, the final prophet. So we believe in his teachings. Yeah. So they were just updates, but all from the same God. So as civilizations advanced, the religion also advanced. So for example, today Muslims pray 5 times a day. According to the sunrise and sunset time, the timings of the prayer change every single day. So you hear the call to prayer, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. This is changing every day by a few minutes.
We noticed that.
Yeah.
We've been doing the Lyceum Way.
Okay.
And at first you could set your watch by 5 o'clock. And then the next day it was like 20 to 5.
Okay.
And yeah, the time varied.
You can take German Quran if you like for free. The red one.
So what about the time factor in this? Is that relevant?
So basically, because the prayer was changing every day by a few minutes, so this would have been very complicated in the olden days to calculate. So religion was more simpler then. Maybe just pray once a day. Slowly, twice a day. Slowly, more rules and more regulations came. So religion was more simpler back in the day. It just became more and more advanced. So belief in one God, believe in all of the prophets. Number 3, believe in all of the holy books. So we also believe in the Old Testament sent to Moses.
Yes.
We believe in the New Testament, whether you want to call it the Bible. We also believe in the original version of it. But not the one that's now, we believe that's been changed. And we believe in the Quran, the final update from God. So this way it gets very juicy. The followers of Moses, we believe, were Muslims. But after Moses died, they slowly became rich and powerful, and they changed their religion. they corrupted their religion.
Ah, yes.
Then they tried to kill Jesus, even though Jesus is mentioned in their book that he will come. And they accused him of blasphemy.
That's right.
The blasphemy was that he claims to be
The Son of God.
the Son of God. Now, this is something no one ever mentioned in history, that I am the Son of God. No one mentioned that the Son of God will come in the future. So there was no information about this. Everybody unanimously agreed, kill Jesus. But Jesus himself, we believe, never said he's the Son of God. That was the accusation put on him
Yes.
by the Romans and by the Jews,
Yes,
so that they could put him on the cross.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, how did this stick? It stuck because of the Romans. Many of the Romans used to believe in Roman paganism, which many of these buildings here used to be pagan temples.
Yes.
They used to have photos, images, statues of many forms of God: Father, Son, Mother, Daughter God, families of gods,
Yes.
similar to the Greek mythology. So they accepted Jesus as the Son of God, and they mixed their Roman pagan religion with the religion of Jesus, which we believe was a simpler version of Islam you see today. When they mixed this became Christianity. That's why in the church you have photos, images, statues, and sometimes you have blonde, blue-eyed Jesus. You know, and then many kings and rulers came. They also changed the Bible. Before that, I forgot to mention is that many rituals from Roman paganism got mixed into Christianity.
Yes.
For example, the Christmas tree.
Yes.
If you Google it, where does it come from? It's from paganism. And if you go to the I don't know if you know the most famous building in Turkey, in
Blue
Istanbul,
Mosque.
opposite the Blue Mosque, Hagia Sophia.
Yes.
Yeah, Hagia Sophia used to be a Roman temple, over 2,000 years old, nearly 2,000 years old. We also have a Hagia Sophia in Antalya,
Yes.
and it is free to enter. Over there you have to pay, here it's free. Maybe afterwards I'll tell you the Google Maps location of it, and you can go see. It's only 5-6 minutes walk away. When you go inside that mosque, all the way on the left side, you will see a massive glass floor, maybe 3 times bigger than this one. A very big mosque that is. And right at the end of the glass floor, on the left side of the building, you will see a rock with the carvings of a Christmas tree. So, because this is from Roman paganism. This got mixed in later on. Many kings and rulers came afterwards. They also changed the Bible. For example, I'm from England. The most popular version of the Bible is the King James version. Why is there a king version? So this is why when the Quran was sent to Muhammad, the final update, God promised that he will not let anybody corrupt it. This is why the Quran corrects a lot of the mistakes that were made previously. It talks a lot about the Jews and the Christians. And this was protected. One way it's been preserved is today in the world, there are tens of millions of Muslims who know the whole Quran from beginning to end by memory. Even children as young as 5-6 years old, they memorize the Quran. And the oldest Quran can be backdated, carbon dated, all the way to the time of the Prophet. And the oldest one is in Birmingham, in England. I don't know if you've been to Birmingham.
Yeah. I didn't.
You didn't miss out.
We didn't go anywhere. We just went to Birmingham.
Oh, okay. So this is how it's been preserved. So belief in one God, believe in all the prophets, believe in all the holy books. This was slightly of a head scratcher. The other 3 articles is the same as Christianity. We believe the same stuff. Number 4, angels. Same as Christianity. Angel Gabriel, Angel Michael, Angel of Death. Similar names, similar jobs, we believe the same. Number 5, we believe in destiny and fate. Same as Christianity. Good and bad is in the control of God. God sends you good and bad things. We have free will and choice to react to it. God sends you good things. We are supposed to thank God. But most human beings get excited. Woohoo, they forget God. God sends you bad things. We are supposed to cry to God. But most human beings get angry. Why is this happening to me? So God is sending you good and bad things for 2 reasons. One is this life is a test. It's an examination. It's supposed to be difficult. Number 2, God loves us. So God will always give us signs in this life to come back to Him. The word signs is mentioned in the Quran over 100 times. Maybe us meeting is a sign, God knows. And the last one is the day of judgment. Same as Christianity, good people will be rewarded, bad people will be punished. Why is this important? Because this life is not fair. There are many bad people who do bad things. Nobody can stop them. There are many good people who suffer. They don't get what they deserve. So on the day of judgment, everything will become balanced. In this life, we get a bit sad and depressed and upset. But don't worry, because this life is temporary. The life hereafter is forever. God will balance everything. Even the good thoughts you had, which nobody appreciated, God appreciates it. And God will reward you for this one day. And so everything is counted. So on the day of judgment, there will be a happy ending. Everybody likes a happy ending. So these are the 6 articles of faith. We say if you accept this, if this makes sense to you, you can be Muslim. Just to let you know, in Islam, to become Muslim takes 10 seconds. Very simple, very easy. You can Google it, become Muslim by yourself. You just have to say the 10-second line. And the 10-second line is written in every mosque in the world. Here it's written in green, where the Imam leads the prayer. And you hear it in the call to prayer. Maybe you can recognize it next time. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. The meaning of this is there is no God but one God, Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger of God. By simply saying this in any language, you become Muslim. All your previous sins get forgiven. You become like a newborn baby, and you get the passport to paradise. I mean, one day, because of this faith, you will go to paradise. So if you want to become Muslim, let me know. He's looking at you. Are you going to do it first?
He's like a good Muslim.
So, if there's any questions about Islam you want to ask that you've
So
always
did
wondered.
you say there was a devil
Yeah,
as well?
Satan, from the time of Adam, he's made him eat from the tree.
Oh, okay.
He tried to entice him. Same as Christianity.
Okay.
Any other questions about Islam you've always wondered? I don't get offended, you can ask me anything. Anything about Islam that doesn't make sense to you?
Well, I don't understand why some extreme groups in the Islamic world appear to, they say that it's following a religion, but what they're doing is bad stuff. So is that just a misinterpretation, deliberate, or?
So for example, I don't believe they are Muslim. I believe they're mercenaries.
Oh, okay.
So they're basically ex-army people who then were given jobs to do. I mean, you see movies about them nowadays, for God's sake. It's in America. Yeah. So if you look at, for example, ISIS, it was created by America, and that's not me saying it, that's the president of America. And that's even Hillary Clinton said it as well. They said we created ISIS, but then it backstabbed us. So they created the Taliban, they created all of these groups, they funded them, they fingered them. So a lot of it is nothing to do with religion. There's a misconception that is to do with religion, but there's no way in Islam that says you can harm an innocent person. Quran, Sharia law states you cannot even harm, forget women, elderly and children, which is mentioned, but it says even you can't even harm like plants or animals or places of worship. So to harm innocent lives is, of course, as the Quran says, if you harm one innocent person, it's as if you have killed all of humanity. If you save one person, you have saved all of humanity. This is the way the Quran mentioned.
And hence a vegetarian diet.
Actually, no, we're not vegetarian, no. Muslims are not. We are quite meat-based.
I thought it was strictly
That's the Hindus, I think, maybe.
okay, yeah.
So Muslims, we're allowed to eat meat,
Right.
high protein, good diet.
All types of meat, or some types?
Except for pig, we cannot have.
Okay.
And even pig is forbidden in Christianity as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So because it comes from the same God, it's from that same kind of source.
And smoking and alcohol.
Alcohol is forbidden. Smoking, some interpretations is forbidden. Some is very undesirable. So yeah, I mean about hope that answered your question about the fight of it. I think it's just money and power. If you look at all of the stories of all the prophets, the story is the same. People in power are bad. They try to control the people.
Of course.
And the people who try to go against the system, they will always be targeted and they will be made to look bad. And they will be accused or they will be killed. And this is something they did to the prophets. And Jesus.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
So there's always been one kind of people who, corrupt the world.
Yeah.
And they still doing the same thing right now.
Yes.
So there's no difference. But this is the way of the world. This is supposed to be like this, you see. If everything was rosy and cozy, where's the test? The whole purpose of this life is a test for the believers. So the Prophet, peace be upon him, said that this life for a Muslim, for a believer, is like a prison. A lot of restrictions. But for a non-believer, this is like paradise. Because for a non-believer, all the good things that a non-believer does, they will be rewarded for it in this life. So this is how the karma kind of works, So I would highly recommend, of course, reading the Quran. and seeing what it's about. Have you ever read the Quran before?
I've read some small sections.
Small section. So it's free, you can take it for free, and we highly recommend reading it. And Islam is very simple. You have your faith, you have your prayer 5 times a day. By the way, when the prayer is happening, you're allowed to come inside and have a look. If you want to pray, you can even pray, no one will stop you. Just follow the person next to you. The humblest position in the prayer is when we put our head on the ground. This is how every single prophet prayed. Even Jesus is mentioned in the Bible, he used to prostrate his head on the ground. I have met many Christians, and you can even Google it on YouTube and whatnot. You can see many Christians from around the world, they still put their head on the ground when they pray. And the verse is still there in the Bible. Number 3, we fast in the month of Ramadan.
Yes.
Many reasons why we fast. Good for our mind, our body, our soul.
My wife is a Muslim.
Oh really? Oh wow. Where is she from?
Indonesia.
Indonesia. Okay. But she'll be happy if you accept Islam. You know? So look, fasting, many reasons. Good for our mind, our body, our soul. But the most important reason is self-control, self-discipline. And you look like 2 very self-disciplined people. I think you are. I mean, look how healthy you look. You know.
Thank you.
We've just walked from Fethia to Kaz.
I know.
Yeah.
And then you should have continued the walk from Kaz.
Well,
24 days we spent with a tent
Yeah.
and all the equipment, so it's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, we could have done more, but wouldn't have met you.
There you are.
So,
I guess maybe you missed the Goinuk Canyon in the middle.
yeah.
There's a Goinuk Canyon, and Kemer is quite beautiful. But I think you saw some of the most beautiful
we
places.
saw some good tops. Yeah, it was good.
Happy with it.
After that, it's probably just a repeat of everything else.
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
We were happy. It was strenuous, you know. I'm 79 years old.
79. I was thinking you were probably like, somewhere in the 60s.
No, 79.
Wow. And you, sir?
I'm a bit over 30.
All right. I was thinking,
Yeah.
I was thinking 40s, to be honest. But look, fasting, many reasons, self-control, self-discipline. Why is this important? So we don't harm ourselves, we don't become addicted to bad things.
100%.
We don't harm our family or society. 2 people are married, one of them doesn't have self-control. This can destroy a marriage, destroy children's lives. This affects all of society. Another reason why we fast is to feel for the poor people, and that's the 4th pillar in Islam, to give charity. Islam is the only religion which specifies how much charity you should give, because it's the final update. It covers every aspect of life. There's no religion in the world which covers every aspect of life like Islam does. And the last one, we go to the pilgrimage. Everybody wears simple clothing to represent we are all equal in the eyes of God. There are many, many rituals we do. One of them is based on the life of Abraham. Abraham's wife went up and down the mountain 7 times to look for water. So we also do the same thing, to remember her. We go on her footsteps, going up and down, to remember the story of Abraham, and to remember we are all from the same family of Adam and Eve, and we are all from the same God. That's our religion in a nutshell. Any questions?
I find it
Makes a lot of sense.
makes a lot of sense. It's seems like a common sense, pure religion. It's
There's no hierarchy in Islam.
yeah.
There's no Pope version
There's
of
no
someone in
pope
Islam.
or,
There's no confession. Everything you're directly with God. Even the Imam, anybody can be the Imam. There's no hierarchy who's better. The Imam is not better than the people behind him. We are all equal. Anyone can be the Imam. If the Imam doesn't come who's officially appointed by the government, then I can be the Imam. I've been the Imams of many of these mosques as well, whenever they're not there. Or the security guard becomes the Imam. Whoever's just people know him, they'll make them the Imam.
And is there a sermon in each service?
So the prayer is literally like 3-4 minutes.
Yeah.
And on Fridays there's a sermon
A sermon. Yeah.
where he goes up to the pulpit up there.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, now it's become just a means of, in the olden days, because there was no electricity.
Yes.
They had to go up so they can hear it.
Yes.
But now there's no real need, but they have it because of
Yes.
it used to be there from before. Same as minarets. There's no real need for them anymore because no one goes up there to do the call to prayer.
Yeah, cool.
Someone just comes from down below does it. Most likely a very elderly man.
Yeah, they seem dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, it is quite beautiful, the view up there. But, going up 99 steps 5 times a day, it's not for everyone. So, why don't you become Muslim if it makes sense to you? What about Islam that's stopping you? Especially you, sir. You're already married to Islam.
No, she divorced me.
Oh, okay. There's still a chance, you could woo her back if you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where do you live at the moment?
Sydney.
In Australia, and she's living in Australia as well.
Yeah.
Children?
No, never had children. No.
Still a chance to woo her back in if you become Muslim. But whether she does or not, you do it for God. If it makes sense, why
Her
not?
parents were were careful about Ramadan and followed that. My ex didn't really. She was westernized very quickly.
Okay.
There we are. That's the way it was. But she's quite a good person.
I should be careful not to make any jokes here, so I'll just stay silent. So may God guide us all, show us the right path. I hope one day you do become Muslim. I pray for you. And as you know, life is very temporary. The main question we always have to ask ourselves is, why are we here? What are we doing here? What's our purpose? And most importantly, where do we go when we die? So this is what in the olden days.
I hope you're right.
I hope as well. I mean, I'm quite sure, quite certain, because I've seen the signs, I've seen certain amazing things in my life because of this faith. And to be very honest, if I didn't have it, I would be very depressed. To know all of these crazy stuff happening in the world, or even in my life, knowing how we don't have control over it, and how other people don't do anything and they get so much. It makes a person go crazy.
Yes.
So knowing that there's a God, knowing there's a day of judgment, knowing this destiny, it gives you a peace. That this is not it, there's something more. There has to be something more.
I was brought up as a Christian, but I don't believe in God.
Okay.
Just the concept doesn't make sense to me. I take the point you raised. That's okay, but if I don't understand something, I don't assume it's a God. I assume I don't understand it.
Yeah.
That's as far as I go. I hope you're right, because otherwise there's nothing.
No, I'm in the same boat. I was brought up in the church, and basically the church taught me right from wrong, but it's the same with Alf. I find it hard to accept that there is a God because science is evolving all the time to prove that there's
I mean, science hasn't disproven God.
no.
Yeah.
And science, I believe, is information about God's creation. The more I learn about science, I feel the more it shows you how perfect the universe is. I mean, there's millions of different creatures on Earth. If you take some of them out, the whole Earth system just collapses. And there's millions of cycles, like the breathing cycle. It's so perfect. We take out carbon dioxide, the plants. There's like millions of cycles, that are making the world run. So all of these million organisms and millions of cycles put together make the Earth. And then if you look at the Earth, comparison to the whole universe, till now science has not proven any other living organisms anywhere in the universe except for this tiny little planet. This is why God says in the Quran, verily in the creation of the heavens and the earth and the alteration of night and day, there are signs for people of understanding. So it says, look at these signs, search for God, and you will find them. So the signs are there for us to know there has to be something who created us. It cannot be by chance. So I would really urge read the Quran, even if it's for, just for the sake of it. I mean, you come to Turkey, you learn about the history, the culture, the food.
Oh, yeah, yes.
But the most important thing is to learn what's in the hearts of the people. And that is our heart. We say, please do read it. Who knows, maybe it might tickle something.
What did you do if you were in London until your 30s?
I was an accountant.
Oh my
The
God.
most boring. You're not an accountant, are you?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So I did accounting and finance. I never knew how to balance the books.
Yeah.
I still don't understand how that works. And when I went to my
So
workplace,
who did you work for?
I worked for a few companies.
Okay.
It was like a company in
CC
Teddington called
ACCA?
I did ACCA. I was one exam away from being chartered. And then I left it. I just couldn't do it. I just can't be sitting down
I know.
on that desk
Not easy.
making accounts for people who will never probably even see the accounts. And you're just doing it for the tax man sometimes. So I just couldn't do it. It's
I
such a
did the
different-
CIPFA.
Okay, is that a different version of
You
it?
know what that is?
No.
It's the one for the public sector.
Okay. I don't know. So it was very, very boring.
I had a very interesting job in my career because I did audit.
So you actually go to places. That's more fun.
And look at things and look at systems.
Yeah.
Non-financial. Financial is boring.
Okay.
Non-financial.
That must be fun.
really interesting.
Of course, when you come in, everybody gives you respect
That's right.
and you enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
I wish I could have done that.
It's
Oh,
fantastic. Yeah.
that sounds good.
Lucky, just lucky.
Well,
Well, it's very nice meeting
Yeah,
you.
it's yeah.
All right. So you can take pictures if you like. And I said the Quran is there on the top left. And if you want to take this leaflet, it's also there as well.
Yeah.
So I wish you the best in life. May God guide us all. Amen.
Yeah. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice to meet you.